This video is about the greatest team in sports history, the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. The Dallas Cowboys was founded in 1960 by Clint Murchison Jr. Prior to the formation of the Dallas Cowboys, there had not been an NFL team south of Washington, D.C. since the Dallas Texans folded in 1952. Oil man Clint Murchison Jr. had been trying to get an NFL expansion team in Dallas, as was Lamar Hunt, who ended up with an AFL franchise. But George Preston Marshall, owner of the Washington Redskins, had a monopoly in the South. Murchison had tried to purchase the Washington Redskins from Marshall in 1958. An agreement was struck, but as the deal was about to be finalized, Marshall called for a change in terms. This infuriated Murchison, and he called off the deal. Marshall didn't oppose any franchise for Murchison in Dallas, since NFL expansion needed unanimous approval from team owners at that time. Marshall had a falling out with the Redskins band leader Barney Breeskin. Breeskin had written the music to the Redskins fight song, Hail to the Redskins, and Marshall's wife had penned the lyrics. Breeskin owned the rights to the song and was aware of Murchison's plight to get an NFL franchise. Angry with Marshall, Breeskin approached Murchison to sell him the rights to the song before the expansion vote in 1959. Murchison purchased Hail to the Redskins for $2,500. Murchison revealed to Marshall that he owned the song, and Marshall could not play it during games. After a few choice words from Marshall, Murchison gave the rights to Hail to the Redskins to Marshall for his vote, the lone one against Murchison getting a franchise at that time. And the biggest rivalry in sports was born: the Washington Redskins versus the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are called America's team because they have a long tradition of winning. They were in the first two NFC championship games, which led to the Super Bowl. And in both games they played against the Green Bay Packers. The 1967 championship game was called the Ice Bowl because it was so cold. It's the coldest game played in the NFL. In 2015, the Dallas Cowboys became the first sports team to be valued at $4 billion, making it the most valuable sports team in the world, according to Forbes. The Cowboys generated $620 million in revenue. In 2018, they also became the first NFL franchise to be valued at $5 billion, making Forbes' list as the most valued NFL team for their 12th straight year. The Dallas Cowboys have been to 8 Super Bowls, one time the most in the NFL, but now the most in the NFC. They've won 5 Super Bowls, tying them with the San Francisco 49ers. The Cowboys are the only NFL team to record 20 straight winning seasons, from 1966 to 1985, in which they missed the playoffs only twice, 1974 and 1984. The Dallas Cowboys are a team of firsts. Tom Landry was the first head coach. He started in 1960 and he was there for 29 years to 1989. He invented the 4-3 defense, and he brought back and made the shotgun offense famous. He's the only head coach to have 20 consecutive winning seasons in the NFL. 5'7", 168 pound, Eddie LeBaron was the Dallas Cowboys' first quarterback. He also played for the Washington Redskins. Bob Lilly was the first player drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. He was drafted in 1960 and played for 14 years. He helped the Dallas Cowboys get to 2 Super Bowls and winning 1 Super Bowl against the Dolphins. He is an original member of the Doomsday Defense. Bob Lilly played defensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys for 14 years. He helped the Cowboys to beat the Dolphins in Super Bowl VI. Herb Adderley was an outstanding cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. He was the first man to win 3 Super Bowl rings, 2 with the Green Bay Packers and 1 with the Dallas Cowboys. He helped the Cowboys defeat the Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl VI. Chuck Howley was a linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. He played from 1961 to 1973. Chuck Howley is the only NFL player to get the MVP for the losing team of a Super Bowl. The Cowboys lost to the Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl V, and Chuck Howley got the MVP award. But he helped the Cowboys win in Super Bowl VI against the Miami Dolphins. Chuck Howley was a member of the original Doomsday Defense. Roger Staubach is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. He took the Dallas Cowboys to 4 Super Bowls, winning 2, beating the Miami Dolphins in 1971 and the Denver Broncos in 1977. Nicknamed Captain Comeback, Roger the Dodger, and Captain America. Roger was called Captain Comeback because so many times the Dallas Cowboys would be losing the game and Roger would come back and win the game, many times within the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. Roger Staubach is also one of the few players to win the Heisman Trophy and a Super Bowl. He graduated from the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Roger Staubach had help from many of his great teammates like Calvin Hill, Dwayne Thomas, running back, Tony Dorsett, Golden Richards, wide receiver. One of his favorite targets, Drew Pearson, and tight end Mike Dicker, just to name a few. Here's another one of Roger Staubach's favorite receivers, Bullet Bob Hayes, the only player to have won a gold medal and a Super Bowl ring in the NFL. Bob helped the Dallas Cowboys beat the Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl VI. Bullet Bob Hayes. Like I said, the Dallas Cowboys are a team of first and one and only. Randy White and Harvey Martin became the only time 2 players won the MVP award, co-MVP. They represented Doomsday 2, and they defeated the Denver Broncos 27-10 in Super Bowl 12. The 1990s Dallas Cowboys is the best team to ever play in the NFL, in my opinion. They won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. They were awesome on offense and defense. The team just had no weakness. They had so much depth that their second stringers would have been first strings on any other team. When they fired Tom Landry, everybody was saying, "Are you guys crazy?" 3 years later, people were saying, "Tom who?" Because Jimmy Johnson was one hell of a coach. Charles Haley was the first player in the NFL with 5 Super Bowl rings. For the longest time, he was the only player in the NFL with 5 Super Bowl rings. But now he's the only player in the NFC with 5 Super Bowl rings, winning 3 with Dallas and 2 with the 49ers. 2 different teams he has Super Bowl rings for. Emmitt Smith is the NFL's all-time rushing leader. He has 3 Super Bowl rings and was one hell of a running back. Emmitt Smith. Larry Allen was taken in the 2nd round by the Dallas Cowboys in the 1994 NFL Draft. Allen is regarded as one of the physically strongest men to have ever played in the NFL, having recorded an official bench press of 705 pounds, a squat of 905 pounds. He also did 10 repetitions of incline bench press weighing 520 pounds.